Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now, last night I uploaded a video, or early this morning or last night, whatever time you want to consider it as, basically talking about the top 5 guns, in my opinion, in this game as of right now, as well as some honorable mentions and different guns that work well also. And in today's video, a lot of people said they want to see class setups for those guns. I'm going to make some different class setups and basically make a whole inventory of 5 best setups for these weapons that work great in the current meta. If you guys could drop a like on this video, I know you guys will enjoy this. You guys love the class up videos. I'd really appreciate if you guys could smack up 2,000 likes. That would be absolutely incredible. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed, and let's talk about it. So we'll start off with the class setups. Top 5 guns. If you want to learn more about that, I recommend checking out my other video. Of course, these were the top 5 guns, but I go more in depth as to why, and also the fact that they're in no particular order. So this is my Titan class setup, and this is a very good class setup. The Titan is amazing because it basically has little to no flinch. You have 75 bullets in it, and you have an incredible operator mod called the Oppressor, which suppresses enemies near your bullet stream. It basically shakes their screen like an earthquake when you're shooting and hitting them, or just anywhere around them within a couple feet of their body. It shakes their screen, and the closer your bullets are to them, makes it, the more flinch for them, or the more screen shake, harder to shoot you back. So that's why I really like the Oppressor. Suppress enemies near your bullet stream. They don't really do a good job of like explaining what the things do, but I made a video on it called They Can't Shoot Back a couple days ago. This is very, very good. And this Titan class up is rounded out with reflex sight because there's no elo on this and I hate the default sight. And then quick draw and stock as the 2 attachments. You have 75 bullets, comsec device to earn streaks faster. You're going to see that a lot in my class setups. And then flak jacket and gung ho. Out of all these 5 class setups, what you'll see is the perks will probably remain similar. The perks will remain similar. The gears will change up, but mainly it's the gun and the wild cards, the optics, and the attachments that's going to change up. So this is the first class setup. Basically, I sacrifice. If you do like the default sight, you could do this and take off reflex and then slap on dead silence right here, but that's all up to your personal preference. Honestly, this is a gun where I like to sit back with it more, so that's why I have flak jacket. Gung ho, it's pretty much needed on all class setups. It's literally on every single class setup I use gung ho, and then so that's basically it for my Titan setup. Next setup is going to be a Maddox one, and this is another one where we're going to talk about this weapon because I still think this is one of the best guns in the game. Now this setup is with the Maddox, which has 40 bullets and with one of the fastest time to kills. Actually, with the Echo Fire mod, I believe it still is the fastest time to kill out of all the assault rifles. So elo sight on this one, you have your choice between reflex and elo. Honestly, I stay away from dual zoom and holographic. And then you go into your attachments. I throw on stock, and then I throw on once again an operator mod. Now this one gives me Echo Fire, which basically firing blowback system shoots each other bullet at an increased fire rate. It sort of turns your gun into a weapon where you hold it down and it kind of burst kills them and kills them super duper fast. As far as gear on this one, I rock with either acoustic or comsec depending on what I'm going for. Echo Fire is great up close or a bit closer to them, so that's why I'll use the acoustic. So this is one setup I could use: tac mask, gung ho, dead silence. On the same end, this gun is so good because much like the Titan, you can use it with or without this. You could change this Titan setup and take off the Oppressor and then do this and smack on dead silence and then smack on another perk 1. You could do that. This setup could work as well. Oh, and it's the same with this weapon. I like the operator mods on them. I like the Echo Fire and I like the Oppressor, but if you don't like them, feel free to take that off, and then you can actually turn your weapon into something that has fast mags and quick draw. And then maybe even throw in like a stim shot. Like this setup would be like one of the best for winning gunfights in the game. Great for going for streaks. You can see how the perks basically remain similar. And then the gear is one that's very important to switch around, as well as your gun and your attachment. So those are 2 different setups. I'm kind of giving you guys bonus setups you can do with the Maddox and the Titan right there as well. Next is the SMG that snuck its way onto the list. This is the SOG 9mm, and this is what I believe to be the best SMG in the game as of right now. Just overall, full ammo SMG, superior handling with fast fire rate and a smaller ammo pool. So you have 36 ammo, or magazine size, round size, whatever, like rounds per mag. Then I run fast mags, which basically increases your reload time. Stock on an SMG, which makes this the strafe god gun. And you don't really need much of these other attachments on this thing. Like, you don't need grip on this gun. Quick Draw could help, but it's not necessary. So then I run Stim Shot, of course, works great with an SMG. You might see me run Comsec or Acoustic with this, depending on the map, but Stim Shot traditionally for most players is the best with SMGs. And the great thing about a weapon where you don't need an optic on it, so I get the option of a secondary. Personally, you go with either a shotgun or a pistol. I like the RK7 or the Mozu. RK7 I'm more comfortable with because it's a burst weapon. And then you get to deck out with perks. Now, this is like sort of a rushing setup. Flak Jacket and Tac Mask are great because, I mean, look at the resistance, what it gives me to. Increased resistance to 9 bang, Concussion, Razor Wire, Reactor Core, Seeker, Tempest Fire, and Counter UAV. And then Flak Jacket is a lot more simple. Enemy explosive. So you're basically immune to most of the BS when rushing. Also Dead Silence, which will allow you to move quietly to basically counter people sound whoring, and also to resist detection from acoustic sensor. So this is a great setup, a great rushing setup overall, and a very nice setup that comes together nicely with an SMG. Next setup here is the Rampart. Now this is a really good setup. I dropped 137 to 4 with this setup, just with a little bit. I think my attachments are a little different on this one. I think I had like Flak Jacket or something. But this one is a cool setup. I want to mix the perks up a little bit, or my perks are a little different. On this one, I'm messing around with Engineer because Engineer is kind of good. I like it to see enemy equipment, see those mesh mines, which people use every single game, and usually kills me multiple times per game. And then Ghost also kind of got a silent buff where while you're moving and now while you're sprinting, or now while you're walking instead of sprint, you don't have to be in a full sprint. You'll be off the UAV. So this is a great class up with the Comsec device for sort of sitting back but moving around a little bit. And then the Rampart is a full auto assault rifle with high damage with a slower fire rate, and high caliber 1 increases damage to headshots, high caliber 2 increases damage to the upper chest. So you rock both of these on, then you throw on fast mags because you only have 30 bullets per mag, and you also don't have a stock available on this gun. Grip can be nice, although the recoil is pretty self-explanatory. It pops up and down a little bit to the right as well. I find fast mags works great. This class up is good, and the Rampart is a great weapon, but you have to be able to use the Rampart, and you have to basically be able to understand how this weapon works, that it's tougher to control, and that it's slower fire rate, but you have to, if you hit those bullets, you can do huge damage with high caliber 1 and high caliber 2, and that's what we have for the Rampart. Next is my Swordfish class up, which I think is a very, very good one in this game. The Swordfish is amazing. One thing about the Swordfish here is your option is you either go quick draw and long barrel or hybrid mags and long barrel. Hybrid mags, in my opinion, you know, I've been talking about quick draw, long barrel, but hybrid mags are just too good to give up. I mean, 36 plus 8 and a faster reload, absolutely deadly, and you also have a long barrel on this thing, which is incredible. On the other hand, with this Swordfish class up, you could do the same thing and mix it up and maybe run just Tac Mask here and go with the Operator mod, because that is super duper deadly on this weapon as well. So you could switch it up and run something just like this, and you would be getting quite a few, actually one burst kills if you combine long barrel and the pentaburst. But you do have to have perfect aim to get a one burst kill in this game, and they have to be kind of, you know, you have to hit them in the upper, you know, the chest sort of area. So there's two sort of setups you can go with the Swordfish, depending on if you like the Operator mod or not. I think this video is actually going to be really helpful because it's showing you guys the options of weapons and what you can rock with it, depending on if you like the Operator mod or not. And then just for good measure, I gave an honorable mention to something like the KN, the Vapor, and the ICR, which I still think are great. If you're still looking for like a silenced weapon, if you pick this Vapor Silenced, you can do wonders with the Vapor Silenced with stock, and then you slap on, you know, fast mags with this thing, or even without slapping on fast mags with this thing. You go with something like this. Say I take the Elo sight here. I'm just making this class up as we go right now to try to show you guys. And I run Tac Mask, Gung Ho, Dead Silence, Ghost. Example like that. I took a weapon and I used its strength, which is the fact that it's good at up close and with the silencer, and I made a stealthy class up here with Acoustic, Tac Mask, which is kind of a stealth perk of slot 1, Gung Ho, Dead Silence, and Ghost. Or on the other hand, if you wanted to go with something like the ICR, I still think the ICR is decent, but I think the KN is another one that's like really, really good. The KN is another one that you can play to its strengths. It has the Elo available, it has hybrid mags available, which is a huge strength. The Maddox doesn't have that. You can throw on the stock as well. And then once again, like these guns do have quite, you know, things that are pretty strong. You can go on suppressor on this one if you want to. You can go with quick draw. You don't need extended mags when you already have hybrid mags. I think that that's kind of there. I don't know anyone that runs the extended mags on this gun because there's really no reason to when hybrid mag gives you like a mini extended and a mini fast at the same time. I mean, I guess you could go extended instead of hybrid if you'd like to spray that hard. Personally, I don't. But yeah, a setup like this, boom, you're good to go. So I made this video, which should give you guys some really good class setups. I also made a video yesterday talking about how to basically create your own perfect class or make your own best class setup by analyzing the setups and basically thinking through on them. Another thing about all these setups is that they don't contain scavenger. So if you want to go and if you want to use a different specialist than Crash, which is the one that I like to use, obviously you see my stats with it. I use it quite a bit. You know, look at my points with it. If you want to use a different specialist, that's totally cool. All you have to do is just swap out one of these first perks. So for example, say on this rushing one, I want to use Ajax. It's pretty simple. Boom, boom. I mean, you know, it's self-explanatory. If you want to use Scavenger, more power to you. I'm just one that rocks with Crash as the specialist, so that's why I do that. A lot of the times you see me rocking with ComSec device. I think on 3 of these setups as well. One had Stim Shot, one had Acoustic. I think ComSec is the best as of right now. It's amazing in hardcore, and it's really good in core as well for stacking streaks, which are the dominant way to, you know, the top of the leaderboard and to wins and more kills in this game. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys could smack a like on this thing, I would really, really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. I really do appreciate your guys' support. Drop a like on this thing, and I will check out some of my other videos. I will see you guys. And this setup actually had 1 extra point available as well. I just noticed, so you could throw on, you know, an RK7 pistol there, or even slap on something on, you know, red dot onto the Rampart if you were willing to. Anyway, guys, that's it. Check out some of my other vids. I'll see you guys next one, and I'm out. Peace.